And so we begin with this idea, first of all, that your true identity is this soul being, this light being, this eternal being that is here incarnating in order to have this interesting experience of being human. And so as you incarnate, you do so with a sort of purity, a sort of purity of heart, let's put it that way. And there is much anticipation and excitement as you prepare to incarnate, and as you do find yourself in this realm. There is so much to be joyful about and so much to be excited about. But what happens as you experience this progression of what you call time is that sometimes that magic, that mystery, and that excitement, sometimes with some of you that starts to fade, because that purity of heart and that purity of mind, those pure perspectives begin to be clouded and cloaked by the ideas, perspectives, and thought forms that are pervasive in this reality. And those thought forms are not always, we would say, in alignment with source energy or with your soul self. They are of a different frequency. And so you begin to feel that sort of depression of your soul frequency. What happens over time is that becomes your new normal. And because everyone else is living and moving in that state of being, in that clouded, cloaked state of being, it starts to look like this is normal. It starts to feel like this is the way that we do things here on Earth. This is normal. This is what everyone's doing. And so that becomes your normal, and that becomes what is familiar to you. But then you wonder why you don't feel that great. There's a sense that perhaps something is missing, or there's a sense that things could be better. And what's true, if you sense that things could be or should be better, there's an element of truth to that. Because we wouldn't say that it's your soul's desire to live in that state of being where your soul self is being limited or cloaked. Your soul wants to shine. Your soul wants to radiate. Your soul wants to emanate through you and as you. Your soul has certain desires. In the past, we've called them holy desires, of things it wishes to experience and ways it wishes to express through this human construct. And so that's what you are here to do. You are here, as we've said before, the purpose of life, the 3 E's as we referred to them. First of all, you're here to experience life, and you're here to experience life to the fullest that you can. You're here to experience what it's like to be in this human body and live a human life. And you're here to experience this reality. You're here to experience this storyline that is your unique life story. It's sort of like a movie script in a way. You have what you call movies, and there are these beautiful storylines, and you love to go and to experience those storylines and the ups and downs and all of the characters. And what's true is that you are experiencing this sacred storyline that is your unique life, that has never been repeated and never will be repeated. So that's the first E, that's experience. What you are also here to do is the second E, which is express, expression. Now, there are a couple facets of expression that we'll describe. First is that soul energy that you are wishes to express that soul energy through the human construct in some way. Now, the outer action or the outer appearance of what that looks like isn't quite as important as the pure emanation of the energy coming through. In other words, many of you get a little confused because you are all asking, what do I do? What do I do with myself? What do I do with my life? And we always say when that question pops up, well, focus on the emanation first. Focus on the being, not the doing. First of all, focus your attention there. Because if you can focus on this soul energy that you are and that is seeking to express through you and as you, then the action part of it, in terms of the how and the what, in terms of what that will look like externally, that will take care of itself. If you begin just with this sense of feeling into your true soul self and the purity of who you truly are as a light being, feeling that energy in this moment and letting it just be there and start to emanate from you, taking no specific form physically or manifestation. You just let that energy be there and start to express through you, then that is the first step. Now, in terms of expression, there's also this creative expression. Again, we'll bring it back to this life story that you are writing day by day as your life unfolds. That is a form of creative expression. And what's true is that each and every one of you are creator beings. You are creator beings. So you are here to create. Even if you don't think of yourself as creative or artistic in any way, you are creating this life story that you are writing day by day with the decisions that you make and what you do decide to do with this life story. Now, the third E in the 3 purposes of life is evolution. And this one, we'd say you don't necessarily have to think about that hard, because what's true is that as you experience life and as you express yourself, express that soul energy through you and as you will evolve. That happens naturally. However, if you wish to move it along slightly, if you wish to speed it up a bit, then you can be aware that the evolution that is taking place is this greater alignment with the soul self, where the soul is seeking to emanate and express through this human construct. In other words, you're starting to release these constrictions and these limitations that block or limit the expression of your soul self, and you're starting to release those. And so as you do, the appearance is that you evolve into a greater expression of who it is that you truly are.